love the sound of coffee brewing, but not liking the fact that I'm out of creamer. So let's make some. I'm going to use powdered milk. I do not have any milk in the house. You can also substitute the milk with almond milk. It works perfectly, gives it a little bit different flavor. Oh, my favorite scent first thing in the morning, coffee. The smell of coffee first thing in the morning, or tea, is such a wonderful thing. Even hot lemon and water. It's the aromatherapy part of waking up your senses first thing in the morning. But I really want some caffeine. That's a little bit of a glare. I'm not going to use a light on there. Okay. Today, I need to measure in 1 cup of water. I'll be right back. So I'm going to bring the pot here. I have taken a pot larger, actually much larger than I need, because I want the surface area exposed to the air to be bigger. It'll make this process quicker. Today I'm making this creamer with powdered milk. I'm only going to use 1 cup of liquid. Add in 4 tablespoons of powder, is what you would do to reconstitute your milk. So it's 3, I lost track, I'm hoping that's 4. If I put a little bit more in, it's just going to make it a little bit creamier. Now, because this is a creamer, it is sweetened. Sugar is added, and you can use half a cup. I am using a 1 cup measure, as I am a klutz in the morning, or pretty much any time of the day. So I'm putting in half a cup of sugar. Put it on your burner. Let me get rid of this. You didn't see that. It magically went away. And you just stir combine. Buttercup. Hey, sweet girl. Hey, how was your sleep? Mine was pretty good. Now, I know. Did you want to be fed? I'm going to feed Buttercup her breakfast, and I'm going to pop back to see how this is doing. Now, Buttercup knows this is when I feed her. Not when I'm making creamer, but when I make my coffee. I know I'm going to do it. So that'll just take me a moment, and I'll be right back. I have this on just under medium. And when I come back, I will stir it at that time as it comes up to temperature. And then when it's done with that, coming up to temperature, I'll show you what's next. Come on, sweet girl. Come on. Get your breakfast. She's very noisy when she eats her food. I think it's mostly because they have the clamshell face, the short snout, so she has to take noisy breaths in between her bites. Okay, so this is just starting to warm up. Now, this is a fabulous way to make your creamer. So today, I'm making this creamer, but it's actually an adaptation of a recipe that I have used for many years. There's my little red bowl. Okay. Don't follow me. Whoop. So I bought this book the last year I was in high school, and I started putting recipes in it. And some different favorite ones that my mom has. Ooh. Yeah, so you gotta keep one eye on this. I should have this a little closer, I think, to remind me. And just give it a stir, because you want that sugar to come up to temperature and have that moment or two of boiling, almost like when you're making jam and your sugar's in a liquid, and you want to bring it up to that state where it starts to thicken, because that is what you need, so that this, when it's all made and cooled and put in the fridge, is going to help it stay stable for up to a couple of weeks, potentially 3 weeks. It is starting to bubble quite well, and I will stir it like this with, this is my favorite whisk because it has a spring action flat bottom, so it doesn't miss any of those corners. Stirring it around. I'm going to turn the light on. There we go. At some point, this will thicken. It will usually take up to 30 minutes made into a condensed milk, which, when this is all done, I'm going to flavor and put in my coffee. It is starting to thicken. I'm going to turn it down slightly to just above a simmer. Now, caution, it is a milk product. Well, it is milk, and it could potentially scorch. Oh, that's really thickening up nice. Buttercup just let me know with a scratch at the door she would like in. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Come keep me company. I'm putting in just a hint of nutmeg. I do like to have more in, but today I'm just going with a small amount because this is a small amount here. And a bit of ginger. And a whole lot of cinnamon. And look at how thick that is. Do you see how gooey that is? So think of it as a super thick creamer. So with that, it's going to be sweeter. I might only need a tablespoon of this in my coffee. So let's try. So let's try this out. Now, as you can see, my coffee's a little bit lighter. I had dipped my little springy thing there, almost half of a little 1 cup jam jar. Okay, and I just took that spoonful out, put it in my coffee as a starting point. I've tasted it. It's a little sweeter than what I like. So the next time I make this, I will make a double batch and only put in half a cup of sugar. Now this really firmed up at room temperature as it's cooling, so when it goes in the fridge, it's going to be very firm. So if you use it in your coffee or whatever recipes, just bear that in mind for when you scoop it out. So I'm going to try this. It's very hot. Yeah. Now I tried it, and the sweetness is a little sweeter than what I like, but I'm going to counteract that with some almond milk. Definitely do a larger amount. Let's try it again. Okay, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. This is a condensed milk. If you just want it plain and you truly don't put any of the spices in, Also make note of the fact I didn't put any salt into this recipe, but a little pinch of salt goes a long way. And you can certainly leave this plain, but I think as I run out, I'm going to try other flavors. I'm sorry, I keep looking down at this and thinking, why have I not done this before? And this flavor, especially because it has the nutmeg in it, and it tastes just like pumpkin spice, but I found some of the pumpkin spice creamers were really hard on my stomach over the last few years, and this is a much milder version, and it puts you in control of it. So there you go. Thank you for hanging out with me while I did this experiment.